All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our webinar, our second webinar of the day. And this webinar is about student assistance and support services that are available for students. Previously, we had a webinar on disability support services, and now we have student assistance and support joining us. And today we are lucky to have Debbie Morgett and Ebony Wilson with us. They are both assistant directors in assistance and support, and we are delighted to have everybody. So while we have a few more minutes to join us both here on Zoom and on Facebook, please know that all the past webinars that we've had are on Facebook, and you can go back and view them at any time, share them with your student or other family members. They have important information in them that you can go back and look at. And they're also, all the webinars as we have them are uploaded onto our website, uab.edu/families under the tab of communications under 2024 webinars. And so you can go back and view those webinars. We've added captions to make it easier for everybody to view them again. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this on to both Ebony and Debbie, and thank you for joining us today, Debbie and Debbie. It's all yours.
Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Debbie Morgett, and I serve as an assistant director for student assistance and support. And my colleague here is Ebony. Ebony.
Hi, I'm Ebony Whitson, and I also serve as the assistant director, or one of the assistant directors in student assistance and support.
And we're both very happy to be with you today, and we can't wait to share what our resources are with you. Ebony, you're gonna. Okay, great. So to begin with, just a little bit about who we are and what we do. We provide case management, non-clinical case management services to students who may benefit from additional support services. And we help them overcome any barriers they may be facing that impedes their academic success. And we help them be a self-advocate for themselves. We help them with some skill building as well. And we're hopeful that our services help to retain students because we're providing them that wraparound services that can help them be successful at UAB. So a little bit about what we do and what we can do. As you see in this graphic, there are many things, the bigger circles around the larger circle there in the middle, that we do, that we provide. And I want to walk you through some of those things. So we get referrals from a wide variety of places. It could be faculty, be staff members, it could be the student themselves that are having difficulty, it could be a friend of the student, it could be a parent. And so that's how we identify students who we reach out to. And when we identify them, we reach out to them to see if they would like to talk with us about what are their concerns. And when they do get back with us and say, yes, let's talk, we're going to assist them with prioritizing what those concerns are and helping them to realize that, we're here to help them through each of their concerns as best as we can. And we connect them with appropriate resources, either on or off campus, to help meet their needs. So for example, let's say a student comes to see Ebony or myself, and they have academic concerns. We're going to talk about those academic concerns, what those specifically are. And maybe it's a student needs help to talk with their professor about why they're having difficulty. So we're going to help them come up with language that they can talk to their professor about, but we're also going to reach out to the professor and say, listen, this student is going through a really tough time right now, And so they may need some additional support. So when you reach out to the student and the student will reach out to you, hopefully we can come up with a plan to help them with their academic concerns. So that's just one of the ways we help. Another way is, let's say they come to see Ebony or myself, and they're going through emotional distress. Maybe there was a death of a loved one, or perhaps they broke up with somebody, or they're going through some roommate situation, some kind of emotional distress. We're going to listen. We're going to prioritize again what those concerns are, but we're going to appropriately refer them to perhaps student counseling services, where they can really meet with a counselor to go and help with their skill building with coping about how they're feeling. Another thing is financial difficulty. Many of our students are having financial difficulty. And so again, we're going to prioritize what those financial concerns are. And then from what we know in the community and here at UAB, we're going to provide those options for students to pick and choose what resources are going to work for them. Because Ebony and I don't fix anything in particular. We're not telling the student what to do. We're providing those options for them so that they can choose for themselves what can best meet their own needs. Another area that is something that Ebony and I both see a lot of are basic need insecurities. And those basic needs could be food insecurities, or maybe a student is housing insecure, or maybe they don't have any transportation, maybe their car broke down, or maybe they're looking for childcare resources. All of those things, we know many resources here at UAB and in the community that can help students. And so we really focus on the areas that we can really immediately help them with. For example, if they have food insecurity, I'm going to talk about it in a moment. We have Blazer Kitchen, which is our food pantry right here in our suite. And there's a second location of Blazer Kitchen as well. And so we're going to immediately meet their needs with food insecurity. We also have meal vouchers that we can provide students who have food insecurity. So those are just some examples of ways that we can help students. Let me talk to you a little about FERPA. Now, you've probably heard about FERPA many times before, but FERPA is a law that the student, if you, for example, if you called Ebony and myself, and you said, I want to know XYZ about my student. Well, FERPA allows us to tell you generally what is going on, but we can't tell you specifically without your student's written permission. But if they are a dependent of yours, then yes, we can talk to you as well. Another area where we can talk to you openly without the FERPA here is like a hospital transport, or a hospital admittance, or if there's any other kind of self-harm. So I just want to make sure that you all know, and I think you've heard about FERPA before, and we follow that as well.
So I'm going to talk about some of the supportive services that we provide. I know Debbie has mentioned a few of those things as far as Blazer Kitchen, like she stated, which is our food pantry right here located in our office in Hill Center 303. But we also have some other things that we implement to kind of give resources to our students. So we have Blazer Market Route. And so the Blazer Market Route is transportation provided by UAB, where we transport our students on Saturday mornings to different grocery stores around the area that are local, but also affordable for those students who cannot get to the grocery stores. We have meal vouchers, like Debbie stated earlier, and those meal vouchers are provided by our students. We have a Swipe Twice program, and that program allows our students to donate a meal off of their meal plan to students who are food insecure. And so when a student comes in with the food insecurity, they're not able to get a meal, we provide those food vouchers throughout the semester or whenever they're needed. We also have our Student Affairs Emergency Grant. So if a student is facing some financial insecurities or something of that nature, the student is able to be provided that link, go and apply to see if they're eligible for some extra funds to either go toward their account. Maybe they're not able to pay off a bill or something of that nature, or they have went through some type of crisis or some type of traumatic event, then they can also apply for this emergency fund grant to get those funds applied to where they may need to go. We have the textbook award program. And so this program is as a need-based program. So it's based off the students who needed the most based off of finances, but they are allotted a certain amount of money for books, for textbooks at the beginning of the semester. We have a laptop loaner program as needed. That program is also extended, I believe, to our library. Debbie, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't think we have any at the moment, but we do have some laptops that may be lended out through the library as needed. That's something to say, Debbie?
Correct.
Okay. We also have a medical assistance grant, and so that is also awarded through a student wellness. So if a student has some type of medical issue or some medical bills that they need met, some funds they need to go towards the medical bills, they can apply for that grant as well. So these are just a few of the assistance that we provide our students. Like Debbie stated earlier, we also have some resources that are connected off campus, but those are given on a needed basis based on the student's need. So here, this shows you the life of a student in distress referral. So Debbie talked about the referral form, and referrals can be submitted by anybody. It could be a student, a parent, a faculty, a staff, anybody that notices a student is in distress, they can submit a form online. Once that form is submitted, it is then reviewed by either me or Debbie Morgett. And once we review that, we assign it. We just say, okay, it's my case, it's your case. We share them collectively. And then we contact that student based off what has been referred. We make contact with that student, whether it's through email, whether it's through phone call, we make contact with them. And once contact is made, we then set up a meeting. And so during that meeting, we properly create an action plan. We identify all the issues and we say, okay, how are we going to go forward? What does that action plan look like? So we make sure we meet every need of the student. And then that action plan is either closed out or we just keep that student on our caseload depending on the need of the student. It can last from up to a couple of days to a couple of months. We don't know, but it's on an as needed basis.
And Ebony, if we go back to that slide, I just want to add that as parents and guardians and loved ones of a student here at UAB, like Ebony said, anyone can refer a student to us. And we would encourage you, if you are concerned about a student, please don't hesitate to, you can fill out the distress form, which is on our website. But you can also call us and we'll be happy to share what we can as allowed by FERPA. But we're going to definitely share with you that link that you can refer a student to us. And that link, that form shares all of your concerns. And so that's why we encourage everyone to fill out the form, because it's thorough and detailed, and we have that big picture in that referral form.
Thank you, Debbie.
Sure. So let's talk a little bit about Blazer Kitchen. So Blazer Kitchen is a wonderful resource for our students who are food insecure. And UAB is very privileged that we have 2 locations of Blazer Kitchen. So both locations serve students However, the larger Blazer Kitchen, not in our suites, another location, a few blocks from us, they serve not only students, but faculty and staff and some patient population. So that is a wonderful service for all of our UAB community. And we have not only non-perishable items, but perishable food items. In our location, we have school supplies. Both locations have personal hygiene items and diapers and baby food and baby wipes. And both locations also have pet food because many of our students have service animals or support animals, or then some of our students off campus, they have pets and they struggle with finances. So we feel that Blazer Kitchen is a wonderful resource for any, and it's open for any student. The only thing that we ask is when a student comes in to utilize Blazer Kitchen is that they bring a reusable bag and their ID. We don't ask no financial questions. And we make them feel welcome. It's just like any other service on our campus. And students can volunteer in Blazer Kitchen. And just today, I had 2 volunteers in Blazer Kitchen. And they were telling me that they enjoy volunteering because they learn so much about what we provide, not only in Blazer Kitchen, but also in our office. And then in addition to that, anyone can donate to Blazer Kitchen. And we're always in need of all of those supplies and the school supplies and the personal hygiene items, because just to let you know, we are a partner with the Community Food Bank. And that's where the bulk of our food comes from. Not all, but the bulk. But everything else we're based on donations. And so if you want to talk with us further about how to go about donating to Blazer Kitchen, we're happy to talk with you about that. So please don't hesitate to call us or email. We're happy to discuss how to donate to Blazer Kitchen.
So this is how you can, go ahead, Dizzy.
Oh, no, go ahead, Debbie, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, this is how you can find our office. We're located in the Hill Student Center in Suite 303. This is our phone number, our website where you can access that student in distress referral form, our email where you can also email us if you have any questions or concerns. Again, I'm Ebony Whitson. This is Debbie Morgett, and we're open from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
So now we're happy to entertain any questions you may have and any kind of question you'd like.
Thank you, Ebony and Debbie. This is a lot of information and great information. Students know and families now know that there are plenty of resources available for students. Sometimes challenges come up and difficulties come up, and we don't want any student to have to, be stressed about what's going on, and we want them to stay connected with their schooling and academics and be successful. So resources are available for students. So I am trying to monitor different questions. So again, families, all of the webinars that we have already had are on our website under 2024 webinars, and they're also on Facebook, and you can go back and view them. This webinar that we're having right now, as well as all the other ones, are on Facebook. Again, you can share them with family members, and this particular webinar will be uploaded to our website, uab.edu/families, within the next week with captions. So again, if you have any questions, this is time to send your questions. I think one thing that I don't remember if maybe I missed it. Blazer bus, so the Blazer route is that, and that is a very interesting. I may have missed it, but maybe it's just I'm fascinated by the fact that it is available for students. They don't need a car. If they need to go shopping, they can hop on the bus and go. We don't need if you'd like to explain a little bit more about that and how it works in the schedule. If I know it's in the fall, but how it's working.
Mhm. So Blazer Market Route is a great service. It's available every Saturday from 10 to 1. And so what happens, when a student wants to go to there's 4 grocery stores that we go to. And so the bus is going to take them to one grocery store, the students get out, they go to the next location, students come out, and so on. And then the bus comes back around and then picks everybody up. So that's how that works. And so there is a schedule, it's not at the top of my head, I'm sorry. But it's on our website again, but all students, we tell all our students about it. And so I get those numbers every Monday, like how many people rode the bus, and the bus is always packed. So I know that people are riding, I know people love it. Every now and again, we'll ask the students, so what would happen if we didn't have this service? And they're like, oh my goodness, don't get rid of it because we don't have a car, or our car is unreliable, or we don't have the opportunity to go to this store or this store for whatever reason. So we're very happy to provide that service to our students.
And the service is offered without a cost. So students just hop on the bus,
Correct.
then hop off wherever they want to go, and then the bus will do a route. So it's a wonderful opportunity for students who don't have a car to go shopping. It's also a good way to meet other people and make bonds that way. So
Absolutely.
excellent opportunity. So again, I'm not seeing any questions right now, but you're always welcome to submit any questions that come up to student assistance and support directly through their email, studentoutreach@uab.edu, or through us, families@uab.edu, and we'll be glad to send those questions over either to student assistance and support or any of the other campus partners that we have, so that they can help you get the answers in a timely manner. So I don't seem to have any other questions. Again, I think one wonderful thing that we have, and it's located in the Hill Student Center, is Blazer Kitchen. So if you want to learn more about the program or make a donation, please contact Student Assistance and Support. Donations are highly appreciated, and they go to support our students, because again, we want everybody to be successful, to have a good experience, and we have all kinds of resources for them to achieve that. So I don't know if there's any last minute words or anything you would like to add, Debbie or Ebony.
Well, thank you, Carmen, for providing this opportunity to speak to our families. I really do. We both appreciate it. And I just want everyone to know that our business is to remove barriers from students so they can be successful. We don't want any student to be so overwhelmed with what's going on that they're tackling this by themselves, because they don't need to. They can just come over, talk with us. And again, we might not be able to fix anything or fix everything, but what we do very well is provide those resources that the student themselves can determine which ones are going to be best suited to meet their own needs. And in the end, they can utilize that information as long as they're here at UAB, and they can be a self-advocate for themselves. But more importantly, they learn that the resources out there are accessible to them. And that's what Ebony and I do, especially off-campus resources. We share with them those important resources in the community, because once they leave here at UAB, we all have to deal with ups and downs in our life, all these challenges, and we need to know how to navigate those services that are available to us. And that's what Ebony and I do. We help them realize that, to me, to be self-reliant and to be a self-advocate is crucial skill building. And so I just want to leave you with that we're here to support your student, and it's our honor to do so.
Thank you, and that's wonderful. And we do have a question that came up. It was about because we're talking about self-advocacy, and I'm gonna set the stage for the question because we're talking about self-advocacy, but sometimes, especially when students are trying to navigate their own independence and prove that they can actually navigate their college experience, they may not advocate for themselves or reach out to the program. So family members would like to know, can they reach out to university as student assistance and support and say, I'm worried about my student? And how would that look like, considering that there's limitations as to, FERPA and all those things?
Sure. Ebony, you wanna?
Sure. Like Debbie said, we do promote self-advocacy, but if a student is struggling in that area and they think that, if I go to my parent, I want my parent to do it, we're open to that as well. Like we said, we do have an email, we have a phone number. You can always call and say, hey, can I speak with Debbie, or can I speak with Ebony? I think our office does a very good job of being very personable and not making our office seem so cringy to where the students don't feel welcome and able to, be themselves. And so if a parent or a guardian were able to say, hey, I have my student and they want to come and talk to you, but they're a little bit apprehensive, we can always take the first step by reaching out to them and making ourselves available. We do that quite often. That's not something that's rare for our office. We do a lot of outreach. We've had situations where somebody comes and say, hey, I'm concerned about this student, but I don't want to submit a form, or this student may be currently sitting in my office, but they're afraid to come down. Can I walk them down? So we have several different instances on where we get in contact with students. But like Debbie said in her closing, we always want to make sure that our students realize that there is a safe space. If they can't go anywhere else on campus, then student assistance and support is a safe space for you to come. We have not just me and Debbie Morgette, but we also have our supervisor, Shara Rayner, who's here most of the time. And, she's welcome talking to students. We have so many other people. We share an office with another department, but everybody in this office is very welcoming, and we're wanting this to be a safe space for our students.
Thank you,
And-
Evan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Debbie, go ahead.
If your student is in the residence hall, if they're living in the residence hall, we get calls all the time about students who are, like Ebony said, maybe hesitant to come talk with us. So we are in great partnership with the student housing staff. And so together, we're going to reach out to the student just to make sure that they know that they're not in trouble when they come to see us. That has nothing to do with our office. But we're outreaching to them out of concern. And usually then when they hear that they're not in trouble, then they come and see us. So I think we do a very good job with that outreaching.
Yes, they do. This is family members, an excellent point that Debbie and Ebony have made. Students need to understand they're not in trouble. Seeking support and seeking assistance, and also for family members, it's not about being being weak in any way, because some people may think, oh, if I seek support, I can't. Students may say I can't prove myself to my parents, or family members may say, I want to let my student navigate, and that's okay. But sometimes, especially through the college experience, this is a learning opportunity as well, as we prepare students to be successful in the real world, and knowing how to navigate spaces and how to seek support. And family members, that's why we encourage you to stay connected and involved, because there will be times when your student may face a challenge, and there are, for example, student assistance and support and other departments that are there to support you in order for you to support your students. So I think this is something to keep in mind as you move forward. So thank you very much to both of you. I don't see any questions right now, but again, family members, we know that you can send us your questions or call us at any time. We are always here for you, and we hope to see you in the fall. And we thank you both, Ebony and Debbie, for being here today, and wish everybody a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.